my name's Dan, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do a start game menu that the player will encounter when they first start playing a game. And this is actually simpler than doing the pause game menu. And this is the last in a short series of videos that I'm doing on using widget blueprints to do user interface stuff in Unreal. And all along I've been focusing less on the complexities of doing lots of different things and more on the principles of how they work on the basis that hopefully once you know the principles, you'll be able to work out how to do what you want to do yourself. So the setup I've got here is a fairly standard third-person template, but this is actually the output from the last video that I made, which was doing the pause menu. And so if we press play, we should still have that pause menu working. Yeah, press resume and quit. Okay. And the slightly scary thing that I'm going to do is that I haven't just run through this process. I have hopefully gone through and remembered what I need to do, but I'm doing this by the seat of my pants. So if something goes wrong, then I might have to stop the video and re-record it, or I might just let you see me doing it wrong. So we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I want to do is I want to actually create the menu that we're going to use. And you probably want more than a simple menu which has play and quits, but we're just going to repurpose this pause menu and make a main menu, and we're just going to have play and quit in it. So I'm just going to do duplicates to make a duplicate of that. I'm going to call it the Dan main menu. And the immediate thing that needs to be changed is that word resume needs to be the word play. Okay. And this shows a general principle in programming that if you've already got something that's similar to what you want, you make a copy of it and then make changes to get it to do what you want to happen. So, what do we need to do next? Well, I guess the question is, how do we display that menu without having the game running in the background? And the answer is we create a new level which has nothing in it. So we're going to create that here, and we're going to create level, and we're just going to call this start level. And when we open that up, when we try and open it up, it'll save the other things that we've been using, and it just gives us a blank screen, which is great. We haven't put anything in it. Now, the other thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that when we play, that this is the first menu this is the first level that comes up. So we'll change this in the settings, and we'll go to project settings, maps and modes, and inside here, somewhere it gives us the default map. So we've got the editor startup map. So when you load this project up in the editor, which level does it start by editing? And at the moment, that's the third person map. I don't really care which one, because I'm going to be abandoning this project after this. But the default game map, so that's when you start playing, will be, I want it to be the start level, which is the one that we've just created. However, this means we'll have to play it as a standalone, or actually when we press simulate now, play there, what it does is it goes into the current menu level that you're editing rather than the startup level. That's for when you create a standalone game. So maybe it's time to show you doing that as well. Right, so we need that menu to appear. So we've got the start level. When do we do that? Probably the easiest thing to do is to do it inside the level blueprint. So on event begin play, I'm going to... If you watch the rest of these videos, you'll be used to this kind of process now. Creates widget. And we're going to add it, make sure we've got the right one, which is the Dan main menu. And then we're going to add it to the viewport, add to the viewport. And then we're going to, what else do we need to do? So that'll be should be visible. We need a mouse cursor. So the way to do that is to get hold of the player controller, get player controller, Now I've actually still got the down player controller in there, but it doesn't matter because this setting is in the master player controller class, and the down player controller, so the down controller looks like a down controller because children look like their parents in inheritance in programming. So the setting that we want is set show mouse cursor, which I always find a little bit confusing, and we need to set that to true. And we also need to set the input mode. Set input mode to UI only. So only the interface is actually going to do anything. Right, so hopefully when we go back here and we click, that's there. It's not doing anything. And haha, it tried to resume because we've still got the resume functionality in there on that play button. So I press escape and we get back to the resume thing. So we need to change the functionality in the main menu. The quit is fine. We can leave that as it was. The play, we want to load in the first level of the game and do all sorts of other things as well. Basically the reverse of what we did before. So, unclicked, that is that the button we want? Yes. We will want a copy of the player controller here. Actually, that's the wrong button, isn't it? No, it's the right button. I apologise for being confused. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I got rid of the player controller. Get player controller. So we're going to load level instance by name. I believe that's the one that we want. No, it's not. We've got the wrong node. Open level by name. That's better. Now we need the name of that level, which is the normal third person thing, and it's hidden in here. Maps, third person map. I'm going to do Control C to copy that and go back to the start level. And that's not what we want. Main menu, there we go. Upper level by name. Put third person map in there. Now we want to do the reverse of everything. We want to hide. No. Get set show mouse cursor set to false, and we want to do change the inputs mode, set input mode game only. We want to hide the menu, so we're going to set visibility to hidden. And we're also going to, what's the thing that we should have done or we could have done is set focus to game viewport. And we're going to do that in the start level as well. Game viewport. I don't know if you need it in both places, but you may have noticed when you simulate a game in the Unreal Engine, when you start it simulating, that you actually have to click inside the viewpoint before you can have control. And if you use this node, you don't have to do that. That saves that problem. So if we click play, I've been going through quite quickly. There's a chance I've made a mistake here. Let's see what happens if we quit. That quits, that's fine. And if we press play, it loads the level, which is perfect. And we can do it. The pause menu is still in there and the resume, and we can quit. So everything did go as planned. You, as I said at the head, you probably want more functionality than just play or quit. Otherwise, you'd just go straight into the game. You probably want some kind of settings, all sorts of other things you might want to do. But there's the principles of how to do a startup menu. I said something about running this as a proper game, and I'm gonna. I'm trying to remember where it is. Yeah, here we go. So standalone game rather than playing the selected viewport or simulate. So it'll save selected, and what this will do is it'll load it up as a kind of separate game. And the name of the game is Pause Menu. Here we go. Full screen. And play, and then it's a little bit, takes a little bit longer to actually load up the game, but here's the game. And somewhere there is the option to create a standalone exe, but I can't remember where, so I'm not going to do that right now. And I've realised I've now shown my desktop, so I'm going to say that's it from me for now.